Hi there, my name is Drew, and if we haven't met before, welcome to ReadyBudgetGo. If this isn't your first visit, welcome back. I'm glad you're here either way. It's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays, I do my Green Lantern binder and the Batman binder. The Green Lantern binder has the Celebration Savings Challenge book in it, and the Batman binder has a bunch of other savings challenges. Between my Tuesday and my Wednesday videos, I'm saving $500 a week to put toward my big goals. Let's jump into the Celebration Savings book. And this one is available from me on my Etsy shop. There is a spread for every month of the year. Right now I'm doing both May and June because I was traveling during May, moving across the country, so I didn't do this one yet. And then I'm also doing June. So I'm going to be finishing both spreads this week, and we'll see how much we're putting into the kitty for the month. So I'm just going to scratch both of these. So we've got the 3 and the 9, so 12. Clean that up here. Roll a d6 a couple times. We've got a 4 and a 4. And we need to do a couple more flowers. So what other color roses shall we do? How about this periwinkle color? Well, it's more like a gray than a periwinkle, but that's all right. Okay. And do I go bold again with another orange? Why not? Thought this was a different color than the one above, but apparently not. Oh well. We'll say the orange roses were on sale. Well, it is different, just a little bit. Okay. All right, so 10, 18 plus 12 is $30. So let's take out 20 and 30. And I need to make sure I write this down because I am keeping track so that I keep myself honest. Because I am using prop money, I have to make sure that I am actually putting into my savings account what I'm saying in my videos I'm putting into my savings account, right? Right. Okay. June. Let's scratch these off. So we got the 3 and the 9 again. How funny is that? Same two numbers, two different spots. And this I did not scratch completely. That's better. Not perfect, but it's better. Okay, 2d6 rolls. Another 4. Oops, sorry, you can't see this. That was a 4. And a 1. 4 and 1. And then we need to do a couple more neckties. So I'm going to use another funky dunky orange. This is more like a coral or a salmon. Probably would have made a pretty rose color, but oh well. And what color haven't I used? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Well, poop. Well, I guess I'll do another red, or actually, let's try this sort of magenta, fuchsia, purple color. Huh. Yeah, it's kind of the same as the one above, wouldn't you know? Oh well. Well, a little different, a little darker. All right. So that's 10, 15 plus 12 is 27. 27 plus 30 is 57. So I'm going to put this back. 55, 57. So let's write 27 down for June. I keep looking at the wrong side because I haven't filled in this other side yet. I'm filming ahead because June is just jam-packed with activities and work and all kinds of stuff. So let's see how we finished. So 100, 200, 50, 5, 57, 59, and 60. So 260 between May and June. And let's add that to what we already had for the rest of the year. Only if I can get the bills to cooperate. Okay, so 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and 50, 1,000, 20, 30, 33. So I am going to put back all of this business for a 1,000 placeholder. Let me retrieve one out of my binder here. See if I have any handy here. There's one. We'll use one of the luxury placeholders. Okay. So 1,000, 20, 33. I'll put the paper clip back on those. And then I'll show a quick sneak peek of what the July page looks like. So pop this off of here. We'll go over to July. So July's birthstone is the ruby. Of course, we have Independence Day. So there's the same roll and save, and then we have color and save here. I am going to note that I always save $5 per symbol. All right. There we go. So that's it in that binder. Now let's move into the Batman binder, and let's see what kind of damage we can do in here. Up first, we're going to do the colorful sparkle roll and scratch and save. I always call it the roll and save. It's the scratch and save challenge. This is by Eva at Budget Your Life. I'm just trying to get the glare off. It's not easy. So I need to roll one of her sparkly color dot dice. You can get both the challenge and the die on her website. It came up yellow. I don't need yellow. I need green or blue. Red. Red. Orange. Maybe I need to roll both dice. There we go. 2 yellows. Okay, we got a blue, which means next week it'll just have to be the greens. Sorry, green, you're my favorite color and you never came up. So, ooh, what do we have here? Roll a d6 and multiply by 2. Well now, that's a switch. Well, that explains why it's $50 plus. Well, I'm already 5xing this, so I hope this D6 is kind. This is a Captain America die, and it has not, you know what? I'm not even going to use that one. I'm going to use this one. 2. Okay, I can do 2. So we'll multiply that by 2 to get 4. Multiply 4 times 5 to get 20. Brain fart. Okay. So 20. Let's see what's in the envelope. Oh, goodness. Okay. 100, 200, 20, 30, and 5. Swap this 100 for one with a sticker on it so it's easier to handle. Need to make sure I write down 20 for the sparkle challenge. Okay, plus or minus dice is next. This is used with a double die. This is one of mine, but it's not yet available. It will be soon, probably in memberships. Stay tuned for details. I've explained a couple times how this works. So I'm just going to roll the die, and then I'll explain as I go. So as you can see, this die has an outer die and an inner die. So I'm going to roll for both numbers. So the outer is 5, inner is 1. The outer is bigger than the inner, so I'm going to subtract and score 4. 1 from 5 is 4. For those of you who are behind on your arithmetic. Okay, we've got a 3 and a 2. Outside bigger than inside, so we're subtracting, that's a 1. 4 and 5. So now the inside is bigger than the outside, so we add these, so that's 9. 1 and 5. Again, the inside is bigger, so we add, and that's 6. Last roll. 4 and 2. I think that's a 2, yep. So outside bigger than inside, so we subtract, and that's 2. So here we have 6, 10, 22. And I am going to, I'm going to add, do I add them together or do I put in 22? I'm going to put in 22 this week. I've been adding them together and it's been 4 the last couple weeks. So you know what? We're going for the gusto. Okay, and I still don't have my eraser, so apologies. It's a finger erase just until I find out where I put it. Okay, so 22 going into plus or minus dice. Okay. So far, 100, 20, 45, 47, 48. And I will probably keep playing this until I release memberships. So, and then maybe a little after. So that was 22. I almost wrote in 48. And 2026 is going to be 20. We know that already. If you haven't been watching, or if you're new, 2026 is a challenge that I gave away with physical Etsy orders, physical product Etsy orders late last year. There will be a 2027 challenge in the last quarter of this year, so stay tuned for that. 20. And there is a placeholder on the back when you're fully finished with it, but I think that brings the total up to 320. So I think last week we condensed, what am I doing? We condensed for another hundo, yep. So 300, there it is. I knew there was another one, 320. And again, I'm gonna swap this for one with a sticker because it makes it easier to handle. Okay, 7 Virtues and 7 Sins is up next. This is a scratch and save challenge. It's available on my Etsy shop as a physical or as a digital. There are 7 different cards, each one with a deadly sin on one side and the heavenly virtue on the other side. I'm going to roll a d6. I'm not trusting that Captain America though, so we'll go back to Superman. Number 3. 1, 2, and 3. So here we have chastity and lust. Roll for heads or tails. Even, so we're doing the virtue. And 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right down here, $2. These are small amounts. On the heavenly virtues, it's 1 through 7, and on the deadly sins, what am I doing? On the deadly sins, it's 1 through 5. Okay, let's go again. 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we are on sloth and diligence. Heads or tails, even, so we're doing the virtue. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. $2. So I will go again. And maybe we'll have a hat trick on the virtues this week, because last week it was a very sinful week. Okay, another 2. 3. 1, 2, and 3. So we're back to chastity and lust. And sure enough, we're going to finish the virtue. So we've gone from a sinful week to a virtuous week, and we're paying for that virtue because that's $6. So a total of $10 is going into this challenge this week. I'll put these 2 2s back, grab a 10. The total savings for this challenge, if you do front and back on all of them, is $525. So let's see how close we are. So we have 100, 200, and 50, 70, 80, and 90. Put back those 2 10s, grab a 20. So 290, so we're more than halfway. I don't know, I probably say every week how close we are. I can't math at this hour. Okay, Totally 80s is next. This is another scratch-off challenge available on my Etsy shop as physical or digital. If you want the physical, you better hurry because I don't know that I'll be restocking these once they sell out, and they are close to selling out. 2. So that is going to be totally tubular. And we are going to scratch number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's going to be a 2. Okay, Magic D10, where to next? Number 10. So that is a Noda. There's only one left on this one. And that is a big old $8. So $10 going into this challenge. So we'll put the 2 back. We'll grab a 10. Oops, one too far. So far, 100, 200, 300, 10, 25. So 2 10s for a 20. The 80s is hanging pace with the virtues and sins, but only for a little while. Okay, so 10 and 10. Destination Savings is up next. Let's see where we're going this week. Available on my Etsy shop, and we are going to Mexico City. We have the hotel for 5 or the flight for 4, so we're going to pay for the hotel because I always do the highest one. Mexico City will go back at the bottom of the deck. $5 will go in. One too far again. Nope, too far. Okay. So Destination Savings is a $500 challenge, and it has 100, 200, 300, 25, and 30. Save the Plates is next. Need to write down 5 for Destination Savings. Grab out the license plates, also available on my Etsy. Let's see where we're headed this week. Virginia. Let's get that D6 rolling. See which one we mark off. 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're doing number 2. So this is a $1,500 challenge. For those of you who don't know, I recreated all the license plates myself. I tried to get them as close to the actual plate as I could, but I knew I wanted to put my own numbers in there to make sure that the challenge added up to the right value. And also I needed to make sure that the numbers were white so they could be colored in. Okay, so $2 there. We'll go to one more place. Illinois. 3, 1, 2, 3, so that's another $2, and it looks like we're doing this one in red. Not just red, but like red. So this is almost like an orange. Okay. Well, that looks awful, but par for the course. Okay. And did I just color in the 5 when I was supposed to color in the 2? Well, I guess we're saving 5. Dice be damned. All right. Those of you who are screaming at me, yeah, you're right. I done messed it up, but that's okay. Let's see, save the plates. So in save the plates, we have 100, 200, 300, and 7. I'm going to swap this one for another Barracuda, since I see one hanging out right here. Up next is going to be Save by Color, also available in my Etsy shop. You can get it with or without the dice. You can get it as a physical product or a digital product. If you get it as a physical product, you can get the 6 multicolor D6 dice. They look like this, except that's only 5 of them. There you go. So let me try to set these up so there was the minimal amount of glare. Okay. I'll give all of them a roll. Bring this closer. Oh, goodness. Small numbers again. Okay, well, red's a 4. I don't know why I marked that 5 down there. I should have marked it up here. So red's a 4. Orange is also a 4. Yellow is a 1. Green is a 1. Blue is a 3. Blue only rolls 3s, and purple is a 4. So 2, 5 plus 12 is 17. Small potatoes this week. Well, just as well I put $22 into the plus or minus dice. Okay. So let's see. I can put back 5 and take out 22. And then that gives me 1,064. So I'm going to put back all these 20s for a 50 and a 10. 50 and a 10. Alrighty. Rainbow dice would be up next, but I think I'm going to hold off on doing this. I finished it last week, and I don't think I'm ready to start again. Plus, if I don't do this, I can finish the 12 face cards. So before I get too far ahead of myself, though, Save the Plates was 7. Save by Color was 17. Rainbow is 0. So let's finish up the 12 face cards, and that is off to the side here. We have one more card to do. Mother Rachel, 4 spots to scratch. So let's see what we've got here. We've got 6. And 11, so total of 17. Plus 5 is 22. Oh, there's 5. Oh dear. Okay, so 22 plus 15, 37, and 37 plus 4 is 41. I think I'm going to go over, because this challenge should have saved 1,236. But let me put in 41. Yep, I'm over by $5, I think. So 1,000, 100, 200, 20, 42. I'm over by $6. So I don't know where the extra 6 came from, but I am going to save the 41 that this card demanded, because I already put it in the envelope, so it's done. It's in there. I don't know why I still have those out. So 41. And then last but definitely not least, corny sayings. We are starting a new one this week. We are going to do Buckle Up Buttercup. And this week I am rolling the D6 5 times, but it's not going to be any of these. It's going to be the Superman dice, or Superman die rather, like this. Okay. So we've got a 5 and a 1 and a 2, a 1 and a 2 and a 6 and 5. So we have 5, 10, 16, 18, 19. 19 going in. And I put all of the money from the previous one into a paper clip so that I could keep them separate, or at least so that I could have the current one not be, there we go, the current one not be mixed in with all of the ones that have gone before. So $19 going in, and I will write that down. And then let's total up everything from today so that I know how much I can save tomorrow for Friends Day Wednesday. So, calculator out. We have 30, 27, 20, 22, 20, 10, 10, 5, 7, 17, 41, and 19. So a total of 228. So to reach my $500 target, I have 272 available to save on Wednesday for Friends Day Wednesday. So make sure you tune in for that tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave me a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and until I see you in the next one, which hopefully will be tomorrow for Friends Day Wednesday, take care.